Dear students, in our previous video we have already seen the various decision control statements and how we can make use of them in our program. In today's video we will see how the loop control structure works and what are basically loop control structures. There may be certain conditions in our program where we need to repeat a set of statements or set of instructions. In that case, we don't repeat, we don't write those set of instructions again and again. We just make use of loop control statements or uh, loop structures. Talking about this language, C, we have it supports three types of loops. We have for statement, while statement, and do while statement. So in today's video we will talk about while loop, how it works, and we will try to solve a problem using while loop. It is basically a conditional control loop statement. Conditional control loop statement means we always check for a condition whether that condition is met or not, and if that is met it will enter the loop, or if it is not it will skip those, it will come out of the loop and it will just execute other statements normally. While loop is basically known as the entry control loop. Entry control loop means wherein the conditions are tested before start of the loop execution. If we talk about the syntax of a while loop, there are basically three parts of it. While loop, which we always need to take care of while using this while loop. Now, first we have to initialize the counter. In the first go, we have to initialize the counter, and then we have to check when we start. This while here is basically a keyword, and then a condition is checked. If this condition is met, then the statements which are written inside the while loop will be executed. If they are false, then it will exit this while loop. And when the statements are checked, then I mean to say executed, when the statements are executed, then afterwards this counter which we have initialized to control this loop will be incremented or decremented based on the problem, based on the way you have used a counter in your loop. Now we will take it will be more clear with this flow chart. It's like first, while entering a while loop, it will always check for the condition whether that particular condition is met or not. If it is met, then it will execute the body of the loop, and then again it will move on to test the condition or to test the expression. If that expression is again true, it will enter the loop, execute it second time, and then it will move back to test the expression or condition. And again, if it is true, then it will execute the body of while third time, and so on and so forth, unless this test condition will come as false, and when it will return false it will exit the loop. That means it will execute the body n number of times, like number of times, unless its expression or its condition is not false. So now we will try to take an example, like say suppose for example we have a problem to find sum of series. We are given with a series, like we have to sum first n natural numbers. It is clear from a problem that we have to repeatedly do the summation operation. That means we have to sum the natural numbers, and we don't know this n can be anything, this limit can be anything, and it will move on. That means we have to repeatedly sum the natural numbers. So from the problem here it is very clear that we can make use of the while loop, and we can we have to take this n, this is a limit up to which we have to move. We can take this limit from a user. So in this problem wherein we have to find the sum of series, we can make clearly use of any loop, because we cannot, if it is like we have to add two numbers 1 plus 2, then obviously we can we can make use of two variables and take the value from a user. But then we have to add and natural numbers wherein we are not sure about the limit. It can be anything, it can be 10, 20, 100, it can be anything. So 100 times we cannot repeat the, we cannot declare 100 variables, or we cannot, you know, repeat the line of code. So a simple way to do is like we can make use of the loops, wherein we can just write a certain instructions and we can loop through those instructions until it is met with the conditions. It will just keep on adding that. Now we will try to solve this problem on a compiler. So first we will include the normal header files. Then what? Then our program will start with main. Okay, then of course I told you that always whenever we are making use of loops, we you know, while loop, we have to take a counter which will control the loop, on which we can check the condition of a loop. So here we will take a variable for that counter. Let's suppose we are taking I as in counter, and then we have to take a limit up to what a user wants to, you know, add, up to which natural number a user wants to add up the series. So we will take that limit in variable limit, and then we have to sum it, you know. So let's take it in the variable sum. For that matter, we will keep another variable sum, and that's it. And then what we will do, we will just try to initialize first this sum with 0, so that it may not take any garbage value first. And then we will you know, print a message to a user, wherein we will ask a user to enter the limit. Fine. After a user will enter a limit, we will have to scan it on a variable which we have taken as limit. So we are scanning it at limit. Fine. Now what? Now three things which I told you in a loop. First thing is that we have to initialize this counter. So this I is basically the initialization of a counter in while loop. So we are taking it from natural number, so obviously we are taking it from 1. And now we have to check for the condition of a while. For that matter, we will make use of while loop, and while is a keyword, and the condition here will be while this I, which is a counter, will be less than or equal to the limit which a user has given. Fine. Up to that, what it has to do, it has to sum the natural numbers. First in sum it will be 0, then that means in, we can do it like sum, we will assign sum as sum plus I. And then the third part of the while loop is we always increment it by increment or decrement it based on the condition. So here we will increment it. Okay, finally when it will exit the loop, what we will do, we will try to print the value of sum of series, which will be of course where it will be in the variable sum. So we will try to print that. Okay, and then okay, here concludes the program. So how it's going to work, so suppose for example a user has given a limit of 2, that means it has to add 1 plus 2, that will be equal to 3 of course. So that means basically we are taking it the limit as 2. Fine. So the user will enter a limit as 2, so this limit will be 2. This I will be in first go, it will be 1. 1 will be less than, in the first go the condition will be checked on, is 1 less than or equal to 2. It is less, then it will enter the loop, and wherein sum, the first value of sum is 0, so it will say 0 plus 1. It will add as I, the value of I is what, 1 in the first go, so it will be 1 plus 0, which will be equal to 1. That means sum will be assigned with the value of 1 now, and next I will be incremented. Once I will be incremented, its value will be 2. Is 2, now it will move on. Once incremented, it will move on to check the condition. From here, this statement, it will not exit, it will first check the condition. It will check whether now this 2 is less than or equal to 2. It is not less than 2, but yes, 2 is equal to 2, so condition is met. It will enter again this. Now the value of sum here is already 1 from the first iteration, so 1 plus, now the value of I is 2, it will be 1 plus 2, that will 3. So now the value of sum will be 3, and now as the value of I is 2, now it will increment it and it will come as 3. So it will again check for the condition whether 3 is less or equal to our limit, as I told you, is 2. So 3 is less or equal to 2, it is false. Now it will come out of the loop, and in sum we are having the value of 3, and it is going to print sum here. Let's try to compile it, and we will first try to save it. Okay, we will just name it as anything, and we will compile it, then we are trying to run it. Now say suppose for example we are giving the limit as 3. It's giving us the value sum of series is equal to 6. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. That's it. So what we have done is, like, this is the counter where we have what we have just first. That means whenever we are making use of the while condition, or whenever we are making use of the while loop statement, first thing is that we have to initialize the counter we have to take. And then what second step is that we have to always we have to check for the condition, and then what we have to do within the loop, somewhere we have to either increment or decrement the counter. So these are the three things which we want to take care of, which we have to take care of in the while loop. This is a very basic program through which I tried to make you all understand how we can make use of the while statement. In our next video we will talk about the for loop, and we will try to just solve a problem using. Thank you.